The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no the guy. It's me, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. I don't know what was shorter. The Aces' time actually being competitive in that game, or CM Punk's world title reign. I actually think it was the Aces. Bad juju over there. Natalie Nakase, obviously the piece that made all of the engine roll there in Las Vegas. Scott Studio Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Well, the game was historic. It was officially the biggest road win in the history of the league, so that was something that was new. The Aces lost at home by 53. It could have been a lot more. Collier got injured in the final minute of the third quarter. We'll see how big of a deal that is. She walked off at the end, so hopefully it's not that big of a deal. But I believe the Lynx' entire bench unit scored 9 points in the fourth quarter. So I might have flipped that. But either way, the point is a lot of the scoring died in the fourth quarter. They had a shot at maybe winning by 60 in that game if Collier didn't get hurt and if they kept everyone in the game. It was embarrassing. The Aces gave up 67, I believe, in the first half. McBride was 8 of 8 from 3 in the first half. I think they set a franchise record for threes. It was just an absolute bloodbath. I got nothing else to add.
What a ass kicking. Last episode. I mean, shout out to the Valkyries. The first half didn't hit. Things were up and down. But at the end of the day, sky or sky. That's all it is. Another cover there. We'll take that. Oh, how about you, Scott?
It didn't go well because I had the Valkyries first half full game, and that ended up losing
tie
because
because
they
it's
pushed.
tied.
Yeah. But the point is ties don't count; they count as a loss. And then for my dog, I had a parlay which didn't work out, so it didn't go well. But I like the Valkyries. I sacrificed my spread play for the non-jinxing, and you got the spread, so I guess it worked out in the end. But yeah, overall, once again, Angel Reese didn't play. Game was very ugly. Game was close, but this guy just couldn't get a bucket down the stretch, and that's all that mattered. So a nice win for the Valkyries.
Yeah. AT assist play didn't work out because the Mercury couldn't buy a shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's pretty bad stuff going over there in Phoenix. And you look up, Scott, and you have the Lynx all the way up there, and then you got everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the Connecticut Sun and the whatever the Sky and the Wings are doing. But everybody else is just log jam from like 2 to what is that, 2 to like 11 or something like that.
But we didn't even mention the Liberty, who actually lost outright in blowout fashion to the Sun. So
yeah,
there are no teams right now.
And then you know what? I said it. It was the first game of the Deja Vu game. Take the dog. Deja Vu principles. I'm the only one that has these made up principles about back-to-back games, and I didn't even follow it, and it hits on the money line. Damn, Liberty.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So, there you go.
All right, let me see. Let's check in with the chat. What's up, chat? W's in the chat. W's in the chat. How am I feeling about? Whoa, wait, wrong button. There we go. How am I feeling about our? Hey, shout out to our Valkyries playoff ticket. I feel great. I feel good. The Valkyries are. Let's look. I mean, we were talking about the standings right there, Scott. Valkyries are in. What is this? Dang, I can't. Why does the ESPN just put the fucking numbers up here? Like, why do I have to count this out? Just put the goddamn numbers up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is it that hard? Is it that hard? Like, why do I have to sit here and count which place the Valkyries are here? It's annoying. Like, just put the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh place. I feel solid. 7, 1 game above 500. And the Valkyries just there's nobody in this tier outside of the Lynx and the Liberty still that I don't think the Valkyries can beat. So yeah, I'm still rolling. I feel good.
I'm thinking of the teams they're competing with. The Mystics have their own issues. We saw the Sparks pick up a nice win there against the Storm. Crazy
They're
game.
about to play the Ace. We're about to talk about them playing Aces.
Aces we'll talk about. They've been bad. So yeah, you have a lot of flawed teams that they're competing with. So yeah, it might be close, but we know the Sky are dead, the Sun are dead. So you take those two teams out, and the Valkyries right now have won a couple in a row. They haven't looked amazing, but it doesn't matter. A win's a win. So yeah, right now they're over 500, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, 14, 13.
Yeah.
Shouts out to man, and I got to see a win in person. What? I'm ecstatic. Yes, I have faith the Valkyries are going to be one of the top 8 teams by the time the end of the season for sure.
Yeah.
Any other things? Let's check in here. Chat's rolling. Yeah, that Sparks Storms game. I mean, it was the reps at the end definitely had Sparks. They were definitely doing everything they could at the end to make sure the Sparks took over. But yeah, man, I told you that Storm is just up and down, up and down, up and down. Like that's it.
Well, same with the Sparks. Nobody tried to guard anybody for the entire game. But it was a nice job by the Sparks. Rakia was very good. Plum had some moments too, especially that second half. She was terrible in the first half. But overall, nice win. Storm defensively are still a joke, and we'll go from there. But very entertaining game.
I better be waking up to some Becky Hammond fired news from Do Your Job Sports. No, she has a championship. When you have a championship, you get the courtesy of whenever you do get fired. If you do get fired, you get the courtesy of going to the end of the season. Well, except for Mike Malone, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't work for him. Okay, Roger, you got it. My bad. I mean, Mike Malone sure did get fired. Like that's the only one I can think of. Like everybody else, you get the courtesy of all right, you finish out your year, and then we fire you. Okay, let's see here, Scott. How many games on the slate?
We got 5.
5 games on a Sunday. Lovely. All right, we're gonna break it all down, but first I have to remind you that the Sports Gambling Podcast is bringing back their 32 NFL team previews. Football is on the way, Scott. On the way. If you ask some people, they say now football is already back because we have preseason. I don't necessarily watch it all the time, but football is technically back because we have preseason. So.
Fun fact, by the way, about the preseason Hall of Fame game. I put the game on. I saw a fumble on the first play, and I changed the channel.
Immediately. Like, that was
so I fumble on the first play and said, you know what? Good.
I'm good on this. I'm good on this.
Yeah, I'm good on this. I think I switched to WNBA.
Not a defense. You're not a defensive guy, Scott.
Well, the point is, you're like, oh yeah, football, it's great, and then immediate fumble, and I'm like, do I want to watch Trey Lance right now? I'm like, no, not really. I think I'm good. So I ended up just switching.
Oh man. Not a defensive guy.
No.
A fumble. A defensive player's like, yeah, this game's gonna be great. Fumble already. Scott's like, no.
I didn't have any action on the game. If I did, I probably would have watched it, but I just didn't have any money on it. So I don't know. It wasn't really just grabbing my attention the way the football should.
All right. Let's see here. Oh yeah. 32 NFL team previews. Make sure you check them out over there at the Sports Gambling Podcast. They are also bringing back the phrase that pays. So each episode, they will give you a 1-word phrase of a 32-word phrase. If you submit that phrase at the end, you will have your name put in for a chance to win a $1,000 Circa future. $1,000. Scott, do you know what you would do with a $1,000 Circa future?
No, but I'm headed to Vegas in about a week and a half, so I might have a better idea in a week and a half.
All right. A week and a half. I'm coming back to this and asking Scott what he's going to do. What are you going to do? Go ahead and make sure you check out all the episodes to find out. All right. First game up. Ring around the rosy. Who's first? 1 p.m. on the East Coast. Connecticut Sun hosting New York Liberty. Second game of the Deja Vu series. First game hit. Sun plus 10.5. Sun on the money line. Gosh, just some bad going on over there with the New York Liberty. They're laying 12.5, 13 here. 12.5. Let's go with 12.5.
Yeah.
171.5 is the total injury report. Breanna Stewart, Kennedy Burke, Nair Sabali all out. Maybe Misamin playing and making her debut. Let's check the beats and see.
I'm trying to remember. She was technically active last game, and she just
But
didn't play.
yeah, and she just didn't play. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Okay.
So, nope. 9 hours ago, Miles, Elric, or however he says his name. Sorry, Miles. Out Burke, out Sabli, out Stewart. No word on Misamin yet. Okay.
Any thoughts? Because the Liberty looked like garbage. Mabry was kind of flirting with a triple-double there for a bit. She finished 2 assists short. Yeah, I felt like the Liberty just no-showed the... I don't even know if it was the entire game or just like a half or there, but at some point it felt like the Liberty just let go of the rope. And the game was over in a span of like 5 minutes. Didn't it feel that way?
Couldn't hit a shot.
No.
I mean, no rhythm to the game at all. Like just horrible basketball. You look up and they lost 4 straight. What is that? Yeah, you look up, they lost 4 straight. Like,
I know they're
and
missing
I said
Stewie,
it,
but
and
they
that's
shouldn't be this bad.
what's annoying about this. It's because I said it. Scott, what did I tweet? I tweeted it, and I said, "Oh, it's looking like a time that the Liberty are just going to need to try to adjust and figure this out again because they had yet another injury." Like, oh man, and I'm just. I'd be going against the deja vu principles again by taking the Sun, but it's just like kind of out on the Liberty right now until they figure it out.
I don't blame you. I mean, I do want to ask you, because I know we roast Sandy all the time, and right now without Stewie, it's going terribly again. Can you explain to me what this Joannis starting playing like 10 minutes is doing? She played 20 minutes at the end because it was garbage time. She played a bit at the end. Why is she starting? I don't really get the appeal. Is it like the Miami Heat using Duncan Robinson and then just taking him out immediately? Like, I don't really get the vision of using Joannis as a starter. What's the point?
Because when she's on, she's incredible and it's fine.
I get it, but that's more of a bench thing for me. I just feel like when you're using her in your backcourt with Cloud,
but who do you start? Like, there's no depth to the team right now. Like,
it just feels like a small backcourt when we're using Sabrina, you're using Cloud, and you're using Joannis. It just feels very small in the backcourt, and you can't really make up for it on the interior. Maybe Misamin will help with that, but I don't know. I feel like with Stewie being out, they should try to at least keep a somewhat similar size to what they had beforehand. Instead, they're trying to go super small, and it just doesn't really make sense to me. Am I missing something? Because I feel like they just decided to voluntarily go smaller, and it's clearly not working. I don't know if you agree or not, but it's like they're trying to change their identity, and I just don't.
I mean, they don't have any. It's not going smaller. They don't have a choice. They don't have any size. Like, maybe you give Izzy Harrison some more run, and that's probably maybe the adjustment here, and Izzy Harrison comes up, but like that's not helping. That's not helping the rebounding. The fact is that they're missing their second and third leading rebounders in Breanna Stewart and Nair Sabali, and they're really feeling it. Like they can't compete. It was 42-29, Scott, on the boards. 42-29. You're not in the game. And the reason that they would have a 42 or 29 rebounding edge in the beginning of the season, and it was to the Chicago Sky, is because they had Stewie to be able to take some of that pressure off. They had all of those pieces. All those pieces aren't here. How do we take this team? Like, this is now 42-29 is really nasty work on the boards, and I don't know how you just fix that overnight.
I don't think you can fix it overnight, but once again, you're looking at Joannis' stats. She scored 0 points. She played 20 minutes. I'd say it was about 11 minutes while the game was still competitive. She played a little bit there at the end. I don't think that Sandy's handling this correctly. I think that even if Jonquel is supposed to do a better job on the boards by herself, you still have Izzy. I see Gardner getting a mention by Jimmy in the chat. I just think using Johannes doesn't solve any of your issues, because we mentioned before that this wasn't a great rebounding team to begin with. And without Stewie, Johannes, but when she's not actually hitting shots, is kind of useless. I get that she's supposed to be a floor spacer and she can threaten. She doesn't really dribble. She doesn't really pass. She needs to hit her shots to be successful. And besides that, she doesn't really do anything else on the court. I feel like Johannes is a pretty standard flamethrower bench player. And they're just throwing her out there trying to provide a spark. I'd care more about rebounding and defense personally. So I would at least try Izzy in the starting lineup. I would try.
I mean, they've done it before.
Correct. As you
nothing.
said, the rebounds are embarrassing. Like, you got to change that up to some degree. And Johannes, if she's not hitting shots, is giving you nothing besides that. At least that's how I would change it. I'm not saying it's going to fix it, but I think Izzy should play more minutes. So that was kind of my initial thought with how that first game went.
So what are you doing here?
For this game, I think I'll. It's so difficult. I think I got to go Sun. I know deja vu principles. I know. I just don't trust the Liberty enough. I will switch it up though and go with the over in the game to kind of hope for some type of difference from the first one. But the Liberty right now losing 4 in a row. As you said before, they can't rebound. It feels like Sabrina is really the only one who's been consistent offensively lately. Jonquel's been quiet. She did nothing in the first game. We know Cloud is good, but she's not aggressive enough with her own shot, which can be frustrating at times too. I just think the Liberty right now are going through an identity crisis. The Suns stink, but at least, they know what they are. And Mabry's healthy and she's playing well. So maybe that's good enough for me. Give me the Sun, but I'm not happy about it.
I'm mad you did that, because in my head, I already had decided that whatever you did, I was going to do the opposite, because there was no way I was going to let us both be on the same side in this game. So there has to be a winner and a loser here. And so I will stick with the deja vu principles and I'll take the Liberty. But I'm absolutely sick about it. Yeah. I just, there's no way that we could end the show both on the same side of this game. That is just no way. Nope. All right. Or should we do that and then everybody else go bet Liberty?
I don't know if anybody wants to bet the Liberty at this point.
Yeah. No.
If they come out here and bury the Sun, good for them. Like, I'm going to be happy about it as a fan. But there's no way I can only 12.5 right now with a team that's having a serious identity crisis. I just can't do it.
Because the Liberty could come out here and hit shots, and then they win. Because if the Sun end up with 72 points again, I would not be surprised. But the Liberty have to go out there and do way better than 62 points.
By the way, unrelated, I'm in the middle of a massive UFC parlay sweat going on behind the scenes.
Scott, why didn't you send it to me?
I forgot you wanted me to send you all my parlays for that.
Yes.
I allegedly won, but I have to see if there's a correction. I'm a bit annoyed at DraftKings though. I'm gonna call them out for it because they don't sponsor the show anymore.
Can't blame anybody but myself.
I tried to bet $100 on it to win $1,100, and they limited my max bet to $49.99. So thanks for the $580. I appreciate it, but yeah, I got it limited on DraftKings, so whatever. If it holds, a win's a win. I'll take it. But that was not an easy win, but whatever. It's fine. I see Free Sauce mentioning some props in the comment section.
All right. Yeah, I'm on the over too. I think at the very least it's more points. That is disgusting. All right. What's Free Sauce talking about here? Also been very profitable at home. Tina Charles over 22.5 PR. Yeah, she didn't. I was already telling myself that, yeah, I'm still going to take Charles rebounds. Like, I don't care. I mean, Liberty don't have any answer. It's at what? 5.5?
Yeah.
Guess the Liberty 42-29. Yeah. All right. I'll try Charles 5.5. I need a Nisa Morrow prop. That's what I need. That's what would make my day way better if you gave me a Nisa Morrow, because they are not going to make it at 9.5. So whatever it is too low, and I'm gonna just play it and then buy it all the way to 10. Unfortunately, they're scared. Scott, anything else for you?
No. Once again, it's a game that I'm really not interested in. I hope the Liberty win because, of course, as fans, I hope they figure it out. But this team bothers me. I'll put it this way because it's fitting because I'm a fan of both teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through it with the Yankees right now, where I hope they win. But based on how they're playing lately, I just can't lay a big number next to them because I know in my mind it's just a bad value play. I don't see any value on the Liberty at 12.5.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm treating it. I'm going to stay away, but I can't lay 12.5 until they show me something. We're going to mention a game later. Hint, team lost by 53 points today. They're laying tomorrow. I don't feel great about that line either. Like, I'm going to need to see something before I feel good about taking that minus next to their name, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll pass on the Liberty, but we'll see what happens.
Going back to Free Sauce original question, yes, I do like Team Charles over 22.5 PR. What's Natasha Cloud at?
For what?
I like the assists. Really, I mean, I like the point. Somebody's got to go out there and score. Somebody, like, if the Liberty are gonna, and I do think the Liberty do bounce back and able to put the ball in the basket. It's just to what extent and how, and is it enough to pull away from the Connecticut Sun by 12 points? I guess I'm on that side, but don't feel good about it. But I still think that I still buy into them having a better game. So I think Sabrina still has a really solid game. Probably shoots the ball from three a little bit better, but it's got to be Cloud. There's got to be more Cloud, better Cloud. You probably have Phoebus not go out there and go 0 for 5 from three again. So Phoebus probably scores some. That's probably where I look at where the starters offensively are just going to have to pick up the slack. And that's how they end up putting more points on the board. So I like a Cloud PA, maybe even just assist play because that's at 5.5. She can get 6 assists. Really, yeah. Everybody's got to rebound better, so they're going to look towards Cloud to get up there and grab rebounds. So yeah, PRA Cloud, something like that. Natasha Cloud, I feel good about Natasha Cloud tomorrow and having a bounce back game. And then yeah, Phoebus 9.5. I'm sure she's probably at. Where's that at? Phoebus. Any love for Bria Hartley today,
Of course.
Scott?
I don't want to say that she's becoming my girl, but I keep giving her shout-outs and she keeps playing well. So I guess I have to consider it. Now, she had only 4 points last game. She had 17, 15, 16, 11. I'm fine with running it back with her. I know that it didn't work out last game. It also didn't help that it felt kind of pulled everyone. Combined for 21 points in the fourth quarter. The game was over. Both teams lost interest, but Hartley took 5 shots. I think that'll ramp up a bit more. You could argue that Mabry, who took 19, might try to steal some attempts away from Hartley. I think she'll play better, personally, so I'm fine with that. I think Tina's an interesting spot. I want to call it Jonquel, though. I think 6 rebounds in 33 minutes is just not going to cut it. Like Jonquel, you have to grab 10 rebounds. Like you have to.
Rebounding his ass.
So,
Yeah, bro. That's probably a good buyback spot too. Jonquel on the boards. Like they cannot get killed on the boards like that again.
against your old team as well. I mean, come on, you kind of got punked. I don't want to say you got punked by Tina, but she got outplayed by Tina in the game. So
All right.
I'll go with that. See a question, by the way. I don't want to spend too much time because we have a couple other games to go. See a question about the Sun being bought by the Celtics owner, wondering if they're going to move the team to Boston. So how is that going to change anything? I think they will move to Boston.
Eventually.
Probably a couple of years down the road. I don't see them moving this minute, but do I think they will eventually move to TD Garden? Yes. I think they will. Is that a safe assumption? Because that's what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you already have a team there. You already have that. You have the Bruins. You might as well throw in another team in there. Why not?
And there's no facilities over there in Connecticut. Like
no, they play in the middle of a hotel that's named after. That's basically known for the casino. Like no, it's fine. I think they will move to Boston a couple years down the road.
All right. before we get to the next game of the slate, gotta talk to you about MyBookie.ag, your place to get down on the WNBA, golf, MLB, your NFL, college football futures, all over there at MyBookie.ag. You can go over there and figure out whatever you would like to bet in that Connecticut Sun and New York Liberty game. Easy deposit and get lightning fast payouts over there using cryptocurrency. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And let's fire up the Rithmm Labs here, see what they have cooking over there for a Sunday Power Trends. AI detected patterns where Rhythm's models have a high win rate, high ROI. We've got to go look at what's cooking for tomorrow. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Scott, and I talked about this. Look at this. Tasha Cloud, over 16.5 points and assists. This is a Rhythm power trend. They predict her for 21.1 rebound points and assists. I'm sorry. Points and assists. So Natasha Cloud over 16.5 points and assists. 21.1 points and assists there predicted for Natasha Cloud. Give it an 83.4% win probability. They've got that and a whole lot more power trends over there in the Rhythm app. Make sure you tap in sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And you can get a 7-day free trial. All right. Atlanta Dream. Now playing the Washington Mystics. Dream laying 6.5 here. 157.5 is total. Ooh, the Dream kicked the ass of the Mercury last time out, 95-72.
We'll talk about the
Brittany,
Mercury later. That's a separate conversation. But nice job by the Dream.
Brittany Griner didn't play. Jordan Canada did. Didn't matter. I mean, hey man, Carl. He's quietly.
It's
He's
pretty good.
quietly in
He's
that.
pretty
He's
good.
in that coach of the year race. He's in that coach of the year race. He's doing pretty well. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right. Well, is this one of the games where the Mystics figure it out? Because there's these games where the Mystics figure it out and they look like a team that can go up there and punch up in weight class and be able to hold their own. And then there's other times where they just lie the fuck down and get embarrassed.
I feel like I want to just go for the record and say you are mentioning the exact characteristics of a 500 team, and they're 13 and 14. Just to be clear, like just to throw that out there. Now the Mystics are they're significantly worse on the road. They're 4 and 8. So I do think home court will matter in this one because the Dream are 9-4 at home. They've won the 2 of the first 3 meetings. They won the last 2. They won by 1 at home back on June 20th. They won on the road 5 days before that by 33. I mean, I'm going to ask you because I think I like the Dream anyway. They're a good home team. The Mystics, I don't want to say I'm auto-fading on the road, but there's clearly a drop-off comparing their home numbers to the road numbers. I think 5.5 is kind of short. I get Atlanta might be a bit short-handed, but damn, they kicked the Mercury's ass. I know the Mercury had been going through it as well, but that was just a clinical, solid performance on both ends of the floor. It's good enough for me. I'll go with Dream in this game. But it's mostly the Mystics being on the road. I'm just not interested.
Let's see here. Let's look into that a little bit deeper here. All right. Well, Mystics scoring hasn't been good. Last 5 games. Let's just isolate that to home road splits here. Oh yeah, it even gets worse on strictly on the road here. Yeah, I guess I don't want to be like, dang. I mean, I guess we just jump on. Yeah, I guess we do just jump on the Dream bandwagon here.
Just feels too short. I think it opened 7.5. Now it's at 5.5. I understand Canada might not be 100%, but it just feels disrespectful to the Dream. You bury the Mercury at home. You're a very good home team against a bad road team, and the line drops from 7.5 to 5.5. it just doesn't feel like the line is correct, in my opinion. It feels disrespectful to Atlanta. At least in my opinion. I think it feels too short. I think 7.5 sounded right. I thought 7.5 sounded like a good line, but I'll take 5.5.
Only concern. The Mystics do that same thing with where the Storm. The Mystics do the same thing the Storm do, where they do this on, off, on, off, on, off, and this is supposed to be an on game. Only concern, but I'm with you. Kind of hard to fade the Dream right now. All right, Dream 6.5. It's in 5. You think? Yeah, you're right. 6. Oh, I see as low as 6. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go under then. It's gonna be because the Mystics aren't gonna be able to score and keep up.
I agree. I like the under. Dream's defense was good last game. Mystics offensively can be underwhelming on the road. I like the under too.
And I think Sidney Johnson actually puts together like really good defensive game plans from game to game. It's just which games do the Mystics choose to execute them or not. But I think he from all that I hear from him as the many Mystics games that I've gone to, he's a really, really sound defensive coach. It's just whether they execute that game or not.
Yeah,
But
and
the pace is going to be in the floor. The Dream are when they're at home, there is no speed to the game with them.
I was going to say that the Mystics, if you actually look at their last couple games, they have scored less than 73 in 3 of the last 4 games. So they've really just not been cutting it offensively.
Yeah. All right. I like it. Okay. What else we got here? Play props. What you got, Scott?
Is there any reason not to take Alicia Gray stuff?
Nope.
It's at 18.5. She had 26
Yo, and
last game.
so look, and they're talking about awards. I was watching that Dream. I think it was the Mercury game too, and they were like Naz Hillman. She's a six player of the year candidate. She's also most improved candidate. I'm like, no. And then you watch the Sun game, and they're talking about Gabby for most improved, and I'm like, as much as I love Gabby, Alicia Gray is in MVP discussion.
Mm-hmm.
What? There's no if you don't give her MVP, then there's no reason that she's not most like I don't like it, Scott, because I have that 14-1 ticket in the back of my mind, and I'm just like, she should 100% be most improved. Like, how do you who's not most improved from going from not an MVP discussion to an MVP discussion? I don't get it. Quiet rant there on a ticket that I'm sweating. Back to the player props. Nazem has been really good. And we actually have Nazem in props now. But is this going to be that thing where they finally give us the props and then it doesn't start hitting? Because that'll piss me off.
It wouldn't exactly shock me, but do you like 12.5 for the points?
She's been over in the last 3, and she's been on fire. And now she's starting. Like, she's starting.
Yeah. Without Griner, there's a lot of opportunity for her.
Is that only prop we have?
I only see points.
Boo. I want the rebounds attached too. But, all right. I could play it. I'm not going to lie. I could play it.
I think 12.5 is too high for me. I think I'm going to pass on that. I do want to ask you, though, with Griner being out, does that make you want to consider taking either Kiki or taking Shakira? Because you have less rim protection, or no?
Probably Kira.
Okay, just asking.
Yeah, probably Kira, because just I know Kira's gonna go out there and be aggressive. Let's see how she's doing on the road. Let's check both of their road numbers here. Kira on the road. Points and rebounds hasn't been too good. A couple of big games there on the road, but yeah, no. And that's really it. Like, the Miss is just gonna struggle to score overall. Kiki, let's see how she's been doing. Yep, not too good on the road here either. Somebody said Kiki rebounds in the chat. I feel like I saw that.
At 7.5. She has had 10 plus in
Yeah,
Played the last
no.
4.
And I bet her in that game against the Valkyries, and it didn't hit. But I'm gonna run that back. No, I'm fine running that back.
All right, I think I'm just gonna stick with Gray and just call it a day.
And then let me see. Yeah, no, yeah, because Kira, Bree Jones. Yeah, I'll take Kiki. All right, I like Kiki rebounds still. One more time, because she's been really good, and when she gets them, she gets 10. So I'm gonna go with that. Maybe I could talk myself into a Kiki double. But
Maybe.
I do like the Alicia Gray. I do really like the Alicia Gray props.
I think it was like
And just
18 and a
say she just
half.
has a good game.
Conceptually, 18 and a half is too low when... Look, I know that Nafisa might not have been seriously injured. We'll see what happens. But if she's actually out for some time, Alicia's might get some serious votes.
I mean, come on. Come on. Just keep hooping. Keep hooping. Keep hooping. All right. I wonder what
I don't have
that
anything
we gotta
else.
find. I don't think that market is open right now. I wonder what it opens back up at though.
I think they're going to wait for... They're probably not going to open it back up until they hear more news about Nafisa. But
I'm curious on like what they do. Like what's
yeah.
the number? What's the number? I'm curious on the number.
Mm.
Because then AT's in the discussion too. Like it opens up. If Fee is out for like an extended amount of time, it opens up. But she might also be okay.
Mm.
All right. That's it for this game. Let's see. Before we get to the next game of the slate, Circa Million Circa Survivor. Over there at Circa Las Vegas, they are hosting the world's biggest pro football contest, Circa Million Circa Survivor Circa Grandissimo, with over 21 million in guaranteed grand prizes. So make sure you get out there. Scott, you're heading out there, aren't you?
I'm not. I'm headed up there for the week before that, actually.
Oh, okay. So Scott's not going to be there, but you can go hang out with Sean and Ryan over there at SGPN and Circa Contest Weekend, August the 21st through the 23rd. An amazing weekend of live shows and open bars. Plus, you can get 15% off your stay with Circa promo code SGP15. I'm sorry. That is SGP15. Also, sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy, footballcontest.com. Use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. And we're also brought to you by Underdog. Best Ball Mania is happening right now with 15 million in grand prizes. I mean, come on, look at that. I mean, 21 million, 15 million, all this money. Like, you have a chance to win all of this money. $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trade. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog is also a great place to play pick'em. So we'll give you a pickup lineup at the end of the show, and you can win up to 500 times your entry. NBA SGPN is the promo code. Claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBA SGPN. All right. Let's close these out. We got 3 more games to go, Scott. Indiana Fever on the road, going to play Seattle Storm. Seattle's laying 2.5. That's already come down a point. 162.5 is the total injury report for these two teams. And I see for the Indiana Fever, still no Caitlin Clark. Cool. Clean injury report for the Seattle Storm, it looks here. I mean, we called it. Like, it's the up down up down up down. Like, like that's all it's gonna be with them, man. Like, yes. It was off of Kelsey Plum. It was 100% off Kelsey Plum. You didn't need to physically see the ball go off her knee or hip or whatever the fuck it was to know that the ball hit off of her. Like, looking at that, it was clear it's off her. You just they couldn't see it actually hit her. I guess the camera wasn't right there, but whatever.
So you're
Then,
mentioning the referees. I just got distracted by how many wide open back cuts both teams gave up on basic pick and rolls.
but this is also what I was talking about with the Storm and why I said I like the over. It was no defense was horrible. It was a
It was so
revolving
bad.
door,
It was so bad.
door at the rim, revolving door at the rim. So, I mean,
I'm not
who would
laying
have?
with the Storm, but I like the over in the game. Why would I not take an over with Storm games at this point? They have stopped trying to guard people, and the Fever haven't been great defensively either, but they keep winning.
No, they haven't.
So I'll ignore the side. Just give me the over. The total feels very low. Doesn't it feel pretty low? Indiana's offense actually been very good lately.
Yeah. No,
So
it does. No, I think it's really low. I think that's the only way. I think that's the only way I play the game. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take Indiana here because just fuck taking the Storm right now or the Showers, whatever we want to call them. Yeah, they're the Showers. But I mean, if you want to follow the trend, because the trend says that this is the on game for the Seattle Storm. But I also think that they might need to be knocked down closer to 500 a little bit. But it's been win loss win. How long has it been win loss win loss win loss? Let me see. Results: loss 1, and then wait, where's go? Win, loss 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay, 9 games. 9 games of win. Okay. Oh wow. Do with that information what you will. I'll take the points with Fever.
I'm just going over. I see Adam mentioning it's 163 on FanDuel. I think it was ESPN bet that at 161.5. They might get to 170 because Indiana's defense has been an adventure all season, but Seattle's defense is seriously underwhelming, and both teams offensively can score. So I like the over anyway in the game.
Yeah. That's probably one of the best plays on the day, honestly.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be mid 160s, high 160s. 161.5 just sounds like, oh, Caitlin's not playing? We'll just put it down here. And it's like,
no, the fact that it was like, I see here it says 159.5 at open. I don't know if there was ever a 159.5 in real life, but I think that's crazy.
I expect this line to climb a couple more points. This is going to close like 163.
Fever are giving up
165 maybe. Like this can go very high based on how Seattle's played.
Fever are giving up 90 and 90.6 points per game in their last 5 games.
Yeah, and the crazy part is they've won 4 in a row.
Yeah, insane. Yeah, that's insanity to me. Sure is.
Wow. I know it feels like Caitlin's out, and they said, "Oh, we're just going to throw the total down here," and they just were not paying attention to how these teams have played the last week. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
The only concern would be if Seattle's fatigued after the double overtime game, but there was a day off today. They should be fine. There's no travel. They put in Seattle that game.
What is that? Let me. What is? I don't know. What is that a thing? I can't imagine. There hasn't. I
imagine it's not a thing because there's a day off in between, so it shouldn't matter. But
so what am I? Previous game overtime.
This was the first double overtime game of the season.
It was 2. So I'm gonna just go historically, just overall. Wow. Yeah, that's what I thought. It hasn't been many.
No.
18 and 22. Let's cut this down a little bit. Let's go since COVID. Five and 3, 4 and 4 for the total. 3 and 5 straight up. Okay. Nothing there. All right. Yeah. Over. Player props. Well, take your pick. I mean, Aaliyah Boston cooked them for, 30 last time she played this team?
They couldn't guard a pick and roll. So, yeah, I'm fine with Boston again. I mentioned that a second ago in the last game, which was just a bunch of really bad pick and roll coverage, which has been a common theme for the Storm all year. So, it's a good matchup for Boston. Might be a decent matchup for area assists, if you want to go for that angle, too.
Oh.
They really can't guard a pick and roll. It's really embarrassing to watch.
Maybe I'll go Erica Wheeler.
Okay.
Considering it. Not 100% there yet. Gabby, just go ahead and chop that and put that in the bucket. It's at 21.5 too.
Good for
me. Man, I was sweating it. Sweating it yesterday. And then there was that second overtime. And I was just like, whew. Same thing with Skylar. I was sweating Skylar. I played it actually at the Underdog little sing game. I had Gabby, I had Skylar, and then I had Azare. All of them made me sweat. All of them came through in the end. Azare came up big in the end too. Where are we at here? Yeah, the Fever also can't really get any stops inside the paint either. And every single time NECA has a big game, I always think to myself, why did I not bet NECA today? And I'm tired of having that feeling.
What'd she
So
have again?
maybe
30 last game?
Oh, it was 37, sir.
She had 37.
It was
Sorry.
nasty. It was nasty. And I mean, she was just kept doing the right basketball move every time. Here's NECA's last 6 games. 22, 22, 10, 18, 26, 37.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. And she's at 16 and a half. What was she at last game? Oh, I mean, I'm going NECA. Playing NECA.
I agree with you. I think that point total is too low. I mean, the last couple games, she has had at least 18 in 5 of the last 6. She's had at least 26 in each of the last 2. Indiana's allowing the 3rd most points per game to opposing centers. I know Ezzy's technically the center, but still, there's opportunity for NECA to dominate. So I'll go for NECA to go over as well. I think it's a good spot.
All right, let me see here. What's the number on Aaliyah Boston? I don't think we officially said that.
Oh, sorry.
What's her?
You wanted the points. You wanted what exactly did you want for
Yeah,
Boston?
points.
Okay, so her
What's the
points
points
are
number?
at 14.5, which is
Okay,
insanely
14.
disrespectful.
Yeah,
She had 31 last time.
and yeah, and the fact that the Storm just can't get stops around the rim.
No.
No, and Aaliyah Boston's what, 9th in points in the paint scoring last 5 games? Yeah, 9th.
Well, I know
Look
she's
at
second.
NECA.
I think
NECA
she's
up there at
second in
4.
field goal percentage this year. Aaliyah is.
Mm.
She's either second or third. I don't remember, but so I'm with you on the points.
And then let me see. Anything else that interests me in this one? Let's play Kelsey Mitchell, 19 and a half. Yeah. It's when Kelsey Mitchell's prop is at 20 and a half. That's when it starts to buy back. But you should always assume Kelsey Mitchell is going to score 20 points in a given game.
I don't trust the other team's defense, so she's gonna get a bunch of open looks.
All right.
Next game.
It's the Golden State Valkyrie, my Valkyries. On the road, going to play the Las Vegas Aces.
Where do you want to start? You want to start with the Valkyries win, or you want to start with the Aces?
If you're listening, I'm making faces because I can't fathom. And then at some point, you're telling me this line was at 4.5. Is that a real stat? That's not a real stat. This line was never at 4.5. Tell me it's always been. Wow. So you're telling me this got bet up?
I know it was at 5.5 about an hour and a half ago, and now it's at 7.5. So I'm thinking of 2 reasons for that in theory. One is the Aces got embarrassed so badly that they're expecting a bounce back after getting blown out by a record at home. The other is the fact that Hayes didn't play last games and Lucini didn't play last game, and the Valkyries are a bit shorthanded. It's the only 2 reasons I could think of. Because so far, the Valkyries beat this team in Golden State by basically 30, and they played about a month ago, and the Aces won by 2 at home in a game that landed 206. So I think it's mainly based on the embarrassment and the fact the Valkyries are shorthanded, but I did see 5.5 earlier, so the line has moved.
And both of those players are questionable. They're not even out.
Yeah.
Questionable tag on Sandalicinis. Questionable tag on CFAs.
Zandalicini is a bit questionable, though. Always. I don't even just mean based on the actual questionable tag, but a foot injury can be very weird to deal with. You either be out for a game or a month and a half. So I don't know when she's going to come back, but we'll see. They could use her. They need her shooting, I'll tell you that much. And Hayes, of course, is Hayes. But
I just want you to know in the history that the Golden State Valkyries have been a team, they have always covered this line against the Aces.
I'm not laying 7.5. I said before at the Liberty game, they're laying a bunch of points and they've shown me nothing. I get the Aces got embarrassed. You could argue that Becky Hammond's going to have some type of speech to get them motivated. Listen, we're in the beginning of August. They've been underwhelming defensively the entire year. This is who they are. They can't guard anybody. You can make an argument that good coaches, I don't really care. Maybe they show up for one game, maybe not. I'm not going to bet on them to show up for one game. I can't stand watching this team play. The Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd backcourt defensively is disgusting. They can't guard anybody. And they get embarrassed more often than not. And even if they win, we've seen this against the Wings, even when they won a couple weeks ago. They're up like 18 in the fourth quarter. They win by like 3 because they just no-show a quarter defensively and they let another team hang in there. I think the Aces I think they could win the game and not cover. I see that being a possibility too. So I'll go Valkyries here. I just don't trust the Aces enough to lay 3 possessions with this team when they cannot stop anybody. So I'm on the Valkyries, which I'm assuming you co-sign.
So, of course.
Yeah.
What? Absolutely. This is not a doubt in my mind. I'm gonna wait and let them bet it. I'm gonna wait and let them bet it up more.
Mm-hmm.
Get as much as you want to give me. Apparently, there's not one reason why the Valkyries can't win this game at all. So, plus 7.5. Sprinkle on the money line there. Over 156.5.
It might be very correlated actually, because the Valkyries win the game, even though the last game was close and it landed 206. I kind of like the under if the Valkyries are going to win this game or keep this game very close. Like, I don't know if the Aces are capable of guarding anybody, but I think the Valkyries have to slow the pace. They have to make the game ugly and just bully this team. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. I kind of like the under, but I think it's correlated. I think if you like the Aces, you like the over. If you like the Valkyrie, you like the under. Is that fair, or do you disagree with that?
No, I like the Valkyrie and I like the over.
Okay. Well, agree to disagree.
I will. In the history of the Valkyries being a team, they have scored 90 or more points in all of their games against the Aces. Granted, it's only 2, but 95 points and 102 points in a loss. This Valkyries team is going to put the ball in the basket against the Aces. I'm not worried about that. It's just whether the Aces choose to keep up or not. And we've seen by them being able to score 104 points that there's sometimes that they can keep up. So maybe they do, maybe they don't. But what they won't do is cover this number. And if they do, they're going to put up the points. And so I'm perfectly fine. I think that this goes over. Plus, you have the Aces on the second leg of a back-to-back. And Scott, I've been playing the overs on the second legs of back-to-back. And
They've been good.
have been very, very good for me. I had the first loss in a while with the Chicago Sky, which, is Chicago Sky figure. But for that, a long, long run of hits there to the over for that teams on the second leg of back-to-back. So over 156.5 here. And play props.
I have to like Burton. If Hayes doesn't play, that's more usage. Burton decided to take the offense into her own hands in the second half, and she was a lot more aggressive in the last game against the Sky. I like Burton here. It's at 11.5 for her points. I don't mind the points and assists. It's at 16.5. She's had at least 20 in 2 straight against the Aces this season, 26 and 19. So give me Burton over 16.5 PA at minus 130. I'll start there.
Interesting. Okay, well, at the very least, I like Asia rebounds.
Okay.
Or her double-doubles at minus 120. That's fine. I can get behind that. because there's no size to the Valkyries right now, and Kayla Thornton, I can at least say that was just a menace around the rim, and especially corralling offensive rebounds. So I think that they took a little bit of a hit there, and I think Asia can get Time out of her way. So I think her rebounds is going to be a good play. That's how I would play it. I think that she's in for a double-double kind of game.
All right.
As for anything else, I would just blindly just say Jackie has a better game, and Jackie over PRA, over on the points, and Jackie just goes out there and has an offensive game. But there's nobody else on this team that I'm willing to trust except Jackie Young and Asia Wilson. That is it.
Well, that segues into my next prop. I like Chelsea Gray under 10.5 points. She's had less than 11 points in 8 straight. She's been terrible. I think that her props are too high based on reputation every game. I don't know if she's washed or what the story's going on, but damn point guard's been terrible.
So, oh well,
she's been really bad, and I've faded her for the last week or so. It's been a lot of money, but she just has not done her part. You could argue that maybe Nakasi also helped with the offense. I don't know, but right now they don't know what they're doing offensively.
So I originally I was looking at this and I was like, oh, I kind of want to get down on this. But the fact that she only has her good games at home, like the home road splits for Chelsea Gray are actually drawing, and like pretty much all of her good games happen at home. And so on the season, she's actually 62% to the over, but she's been under in the last 3 games. And so I didn't play it today because of that, and I'm kind of sick about it. I should have played it today, and I just don't feel like I want to chase it for the next day. But I was looking at that, and I'm probably going to play that same prop the next time she's on the road.
People are getting mad at Jewel, and I get it because that has not worked out in Vegas either, but I feel like people have to at least point out that Chelsea Gray has been really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll throw her into it too. I'll keep fading her.
A shell of herself.
Yep.
A shell of herself.
It's a shame too because she was so entertaining.
She's not even point guard anymore.
No.
We got to get some better consistency before we give you that again. You're just Chelsea Gray now.
Yep.
All right. Phoenix Mercury on the road playing Chicago Sky. Mercury laying 13.5, 165.5 is total. Injury report here. Haley Van Lith is questionable. Michaela Onyenuede is questionable. Angel Reese is out. Ariel Atkins is out.
We're undefeated with the fade. They're testing us here. They're really testing us.
Yeah, they really tested us. Yeah, they really are. Like it's really testing us. Like they're really, really. Yo, Scott, this would be the 3rd game in a row I have bet the Mercury. This will be the 3rd game in a row I bet the Mercury. The first 2 games I've fallen flat on my ass. Now, granted, I lied. This would actually be the 4th game in a row I bet them because I did bet them against the Mystics that game.
Are you having fun?
No, I'm not.
I don't blame you because they look really bad. But I'll start off with. I want to start off with Satu for a second.
Okay.
Because she got benched,
mm-hmm.
and she did not return in the second half. And the coaching staff called her out in the post game, saying that they expected better effort from her. Let's put it that way. I personally love it when players get held accountable. And Satu was playing really badly. The whole team was, to be fair. But do you think Satu is going to respond well to that incident? Or do you think that she's just going to coast and hope she gets traded? Because this would be a great spot for Satu to dominate in this game. If we think that after getting basically embarrassed and called up by her coaching staff, this would be a great game for Satu to drop 22, for example. Are you picking that type of game from Satu? Because they might need it if they're going to cover 13.5.
Yeah, I think that's way more plausible than her demand to trade. Like, I don't think it's that deep. I think she just was playing like shit and was like, bro, Just stop. Like we're gonna save you from you. So, and she's been playing like shit for a while.
Mhm.
Satu's been under 15.5 points in 8 of her last 10 games. Jesus Christ. Like, what are let's see here. Oh wait, no, those are minutes. There we go. Field goal percentage. Was this 40%, 21%, 60%? You got 23%, 40%. I don't even know. 33%. What the fuck? Like
I'm just hoping this is
21%.
the wake-up call that Satu needed and she'll bounce back, because she's needed it for a while. So,
She's just not playing well.
no.
So I'm good on it though. I'm straight. I don't have to bet Satu Sabali at all. What
Well,
I will do,
my point wasn't really for Satu props. My point was mainly, how good of a game does Satu need for the Mercury to win handily? I'll put it that way. I know you're going to segue, but talking about the spread and the total for a second. Do you think if
mm,
Satu has another below average game, do you think the Mercury can actually win by 14 plus points?
yeah, because it probably means this guy just gave up a bunch of 3-pointers and it was more of a team effort.
Mhm.
And it was let's see, let's go back and look into some of the 3-point numbers here. But I mean, if this team hits their threes, they're gonna pull away and kill anybody. It's just that much of a difference maker here. Mm, well, stat. All right. Yeah, Chicago's still giving
They're so bad.
close to 40% from three right now. You can't. If you give up a 40%, if you give up a 40% day, like if you have a bad day guarding a three, you give up a 40% day, you're dead in the water. What I will do is I will just go ahead and I really am just gonna go back to the Kalia Copper. It's been good the past couple of games. I feel like I want to get behind that train. I like AT rebounds and assists here. Probably should like points, rebounds, and assists, all of that. Akoa Makani is somebody that I could probably get behind.
Sammy? If you're going for threes,
Is
I'd
there a
pass.
Sammer? Is there a Sammy prop out there?
I can check. I know that she has, of course,
No,
been dangerous, but
no, they don't have a prop out for her.
okay.
Mm, yeah, that's really it for me. I would love to, and I wouldn't be surprised if this guy could actually score here, but good luck trying to figure out who's going to do it for me.
Yeah, for me, I'll keep it simple. It's a pretty tough game to break down. I'll go Mercury. I will not bet this.
Oh, we didn't actually break down the game. Oh, I'm
I'm going
so
to go
sorry.
Mercury minus 13.5, but that's only because I have been blindly fading this guy without the two best players on the team,
Mm-hmm.
and I've yet to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to keep taking shots at it until it loses, then I'm not going to stop you, because I'm 4-0. So I can keep rolling it over if I want to, but I don't feel great about it either way. Thought about AT triple-double. It's only plus 360, which is a horrible deal. I can't take that. So I don't really have much else. I don't mind the
Yeah,
over, but
yeah.
I'm
I would love to say that my normal cautionary tale of laying points on the road with the team that doesn't play defense is a bad idea, because the Mercury are really, really not playing the defense right now, giving up 90.6 points per game in the last 5. But the Sky are also giving up 90 points per game in the last 5 games. And the difference is the Sky are scoring 69 points nice per game in the last 5. And that's it.
this guy are
So,
really, really bad.
I mean, Phoenix could give them open shots, but if they're not going to hit them, then I don't know what to tell you.
You can go for
Phoenix,
some props. If you want to go for anybody, maybe Elizabeth Williams is a decent game in the paint. I don't mind Bantam threes if you want to get a bit creative with it, because I actually trust her more than the other guards on the team right now, which is a very low bar, to be clear. But I think Bantam could hit some shots. That's an option. I Cardoso rebounds always interesting when you have no Angel, but it's really just an annoying game to pick because the Mercury have been terrible. The Sky are one of the worst teams I've ever seen without their two best players. So, sure, Mercury, but I'm not happy about it.
Wow, we didn't play that all day.
Yep.
Lock, dog, underdog. Scott, I need you locked in for underdog day.
Okay.
I have 100% profit boost here.
Okay. We'll make it work.
Let's see. Lock.
Curious. We're going to go with this.
I'm curious where I'm going to go to.
Mhm.
Lock over 162.5 for the Indiana Fever and Seattle Storm.
Okay.
Revolving door at the rim. Both teams. Horrible. Easy buckets. A lot of points scored. And Seattle doesn't figure that out already. No. So, yeah. Over there. And also, they keep talking about Indiana's defense on the television. Hasn't been good. I don't know what
No.
you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. They've been winning games, but it hasn't been pretty. Yeah. Over. Dog.
Your Valkyries? First half?
It is plus 195 this time.
I'm just thinking of potential options.
But I kind of feel like that's cheating because everybody knows to play the Valkyries first half. So I'm not gonna cheat the system like that. What I will do is is there a player that I feel really good about? The Kiki angle. The Kiki angle that is appeasing to me. I'm gonna bet that. Let's go see what Kiki's numbers are here. So double is plus 320. Wow, really?
It's a good price.
Still losing the size with Nas. Or I can just go the 10 rebounds plus 230 in case there's just no scoring available. Okay, so let's go back and see how Kiki has been recently, and is she good for the points? Because I've definitely seen the 8 points, 10 rebound game by Kiki. Matter of fact, I don't even need to look. I've definitely seen the 8 point, 10 rebound game by Kiki. I feel like I have multiple games I'm thinking of where that's happened. So yeah, just give me the plus 230 on the 10 rebounds. I'm gonna just go with Kiki, be able to get that done. Kiki's been really, really good to that number in the past 10 games. She's had 10 plus rebounds in hold on here. She's had 10 plus rebounds in 5 of her last 9 games. So there you go.
All right. So for my lock, I think I am going to have to do it. I'm going to fade the point god. I was going to go with the over as well with you, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'll just go with Chelsea Gray. Give me the under 10.5 points at minus 132. Not going to get too creative here. She's been terrible. She scored less than 11 points in 8 straight. It's been a mess watching her play. Last game against the Valkyries, in a game that featured 206 points, she had 6. So I'll go with the under on Chelsea Gray, 10.5 points as my lock. For my dog, I'm going to go back to the Liberty game, actually. Give me Marina Mabry. I'm going to go with the over 4.5 assists at plus 145. She's been very good against the Liberty in the past with assists. She had 8 last game, despite the Sun only scoring 78. You are looking at the head-to-head being good. She's had at least 5 assists in 5 of the last 7 against the Liberty. She's been good in this matchup. So give me Marina Mabry over 4.5 assists plus 145.
All right.
And then we have Underdog.
Yep.
Gabby?
Well, I want to fade the Liberty on the boards.
Okay.
I mean, in some way, shape, or form.
Do you want to compromise and go Mabry RA? Because she had 10 rebounds the last game.
RA is at 7.5.
It's pretty good. She had 10 rebounds and 8 assists last game.
All right, we'll go with Miranda Mabry. RA. She's 6'1", so it's decent. Let's see. I think she's 6 foot actually.
Aaliyah points.
Oh yeah, that's a good play. All right, man. Wow, there's actually a lot to like on the board here.
Yeah.
I mean, we can throw Gabby in there. We also have Ezzy and NECA available to us, who I feel like both have been good. And again, points in the paint against Fever are very tough to come by. I mean, not tough to come by, but very easy to get there. We've got, let's just go ahead and stay out of the Mercury and Sky game.
I like the NECA spot. We can do NECA. Unless you want to just go with Alicia.
Oh, we do have Alicia Gray too. What's her?
I think it was 18 and a half.
Let's go back. What's she been recently?
She had 26 last game.
Alicia Gray, points. All right, over 18 now. She did have 26 last game, but
and I'm trying to think what else you want to do.
I don't know. Let's go. Yeah, let's just stay in the Fever and the.
Actually, if you want to take one out, we could swap it. You want to do Burton, PA?
No. Let's stay in the Fever and let's stay because it's a million points that's in this Fever and Seattle game. So yeah, I'm with your first. I think the first thing you said was go NECA. So let's just do that. All right, I'm perfectly fine with that. I keep watching NECA and like, why didn't I bet NECA? So there we go. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Miranda Mabry higher, 7.5 rebounds and assists. Leah Boston higher, 14.5 points, and Nneka Ogwumike higher, 16.5 points. 100% profit boost, Scott. Wait.
What?
I'm at 11x.
Okay. It's pretty good.
I feel like that's not 100%.
It could be if it was 5 point something.
No, it was 6.
I don't know, they're robbing you.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be 12. Like, I just thought it'd be 12. Maybe it's like, I don't know. I don't get that. But if you don't have a 100% profit boost, 6x. $100 get $600 over there. Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Let me go ahead and lock this in. Scott, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Not really. Looking forward to the games. That's really all I have to add. I see no stat correction, by the way, so UFC parlay winner.
Oh, there you go. Great job.
Thank you. It's about 11-1.
Yep. Appreciate it. Good job, Scott. I can only be mad at myself. I should have reached.
It was a random card. It was coincidentally all on TV. It was actually on ESPN, but it wasn't a main card or anything like that.
Yep. It's my fault. It's my fault. I should have reached out.
It wasn't my fault. I won.
Yeah.
Anything
else for people? That's it?
That's it. Once again, looking forward to the games.
Great. All right. He's at Reichel Radio. Matt really real __. Make sure you give us a follow on X and WNBA Gambling Podcast. 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. Like, it's that simple. Like Apple, Spotify, it doesn't matter. Just go over there and drop a 5-star rating and review. YouTube, I know you use YouTube, but get over there and do the review real quick too. Yeah. Monday, that sounds good, Jimmy. Sounds good with me. Monday night for the Tuesday games. We've got a 5-game slate on Tuesday. No games on Monday. Nice little off Monday there. So see you again on Monday. With that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just ending like this. We are